Good morning, St. Mary's, and welcome to our 2023-2024 YPI finalist presentation. YPI, standing for Youth Philanthropy Initiative, is an organization run out of Toronto that supports high school students in researching and supporting their community needs. So this year, we had over 50 groups belonging to our grade 9 religion classes research the social needs of our local community and then determine what charities exist that support that need. And so we've come now to our final 4 presentations that are now presenting in hopes of winning the $5,000 grant that YPI provides for the winning presentation. And these 4 groups are representing the Salvation Army, the Women's Center, Second Chance Kids, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Enjoy.
Second Chance Kids by Anna, Azrael, and Sophia. Heart-touching story from Second Chance Kids. A few months ago, Second Chance Kids had gotten an email from a struggling family. They had a little girl and she was severely sick from brain cancer. Her family needed financial support for things like food, transportation, and hotels, since they were staying at hotels near her hospitals. The girl had had 4 brain surgeries and went through a lot of stress. Having Second Chance Kids by their side allowed them to be by their child and not have to work. Second Chance Kids has become extremely close with the family and is going with them to Disneyland, funded by Make-A-Wish. The family is now doing amazing and has made it through yet another birthday.
Social issues and everything about it.
What is a social issue? It is helping with financial accommodations for children with health issues. It addresses that many families in the area of Grey Bruce don't have such a luxury of health care, whether it be because they're immigrants, living in poverty, or any other unnamed reason someone might have. How does this impact communities? Short term, families can be affected by small accidents that could inflict upon their children, like injuries or short illnesses. Long term, families without health care can't help their kids with typically long-term illnesses like cancer or developmental disabilities.
About the issue. Did you know around 30,000 people in Grey Bruce don't even have a doctor? Unfortunately, it doesn't intersect with many other social issues besides financial aid. So it's giving attention to an issue that many ignore or do not acknowledge. Second Chance Kids helps certain people that are majorly affected by this issue, aiding families in a specific way that some people weren't even aware of. All about charity.
What programs and services are provided? Financial support. Second Chance Kids is a special charity that helps children and teens under the ages of 18 in Grey Bruce. They gather money by donations and fundraisers and give it to the families after they get the information about the child's illness and the family situation. Once the family gets the money, they can spend it on accommodations such as hotel stays, transportation, food, and more.
Mission, vision, and values of the charity. Second Chance Kids is a charity fully run by donations. One struggle they occasionally face is when they don't receive many charity donations that year, so they can't fund for all the families that they want to assist. This charity is registered in the CRA and has been ever since 2018. Second Chance Kids will use this generous $5,000 grant by putting it into the charity bank account. They would then distribute the money to people in need that are registered with the charity. Those families can then use it for whatever they need it for.
Positive outcomes Second Chance Kids has created. Second Chance Kids helps almost 30 plus families a year. An example of a positive outcome Second Chance Kids has provided is help towards a struggling family with a little boy with cancer in his eye. Second Chance Kids help pay for the chemotherapy and the boy is safe and healthy today. There are many more positive outcomes Second Chance Kids has provided, but this one is one of the most heart-wrenching stories that stood out to us that we thought we'd share with you.
Statistics. Second Chance Kids raises $30,000 to $35,000 every year from the golf tournaments they host. The charity distributes $20,000 to $25,000 every year to families. Second Chance Kids helps 30 plus families a year. Golf tournament. Second Chance Kids hosts a golf tournament every year and anyone can participate or volunteer.
To apply, visit the Second Chance Kids website and click Apply for Support at the top of the website. After you click Apply for Support, there will be a long list of phone numbers, and you can call any one of them. After you call one of the phone numbers, it will take you to a Google form, and you can fill out the information about your family's struggles and your child's illness.
After you get to the application page, you will answer a couple questions and then wait until you get a response from Second Chance Kids. There are questions like your contact information, basic hospital information, and anything that may be relevant.
Why is this social issue important to you?
Why is this important? This charity is important because it helps families with the stress that financial problems can inflict on them. Not only could this inflict on parents, but children too. When families struggle from financial problems, that means that these problems could affect anything about them, such as living, eating, cars, bills, activities, and much more. Why should our charity win the $5,000? We think that our charity, Second Chance Kids, deserves to win the $5,000 because they do really help with real issues that happen to many people. They also get to see the progress that their support has helped families with and see how they move forward in their lives. This charity is run entirely at the homes of the people that volunteer for this cause. That is why we believe our charity should win $5,000.
What are some things you've learned about the organization and social issue? Some things that we've learned about this organization would be that they really do so much to help the families. We think that it's absolutely amazing that someone would take the time to explore more into this topic to make something that would help families so they can comfortably be by their child's side. We've noticed that this is a very sensitive topic for some people. Some families love to have the support and easement when having extra money for simple things like gas. We've learned that Second Chance Kids doesn't actually have a place to work. They just put together a team to help support people in need, which is really different from other charities.
Changes in the community.
Improvements in the community. Parents and guardians can comfortably support their child in the hospital without having to worry about money or work. Families can receive support for accommodations. They can spend less time worrying about money and more time by their child's side, being there emotionally for their child and supportively.
How can you help bring awareness? By working with other organizations that can provide help to Second Chance Kids, share some info with family and friends for support towards the charity, and help support with money donations of any kind.
Thank you for your time.
Good morning. Today we are here to talk to you about the Salvation Army Food Bank.
I'm Duncan.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Grady. The social issue that the Salvation Army Food Bank deals with. The social issue that they mainly deal with is hunger and poverty. They help with this issue by giving out food to the community for free. There are various reasons why people may need to use the local food bank, and Duncan will talk about that next.
Other social issues that it intersects with are homelessness, substance abuse, lack of education, unemployment, and inflation.
How the food shortage impacts the community. Food shortage can lead to people feeling stress. It can lead to anxiety and depression. It can also lead to an unsafe community, and stress on charities provide greater amounts of food.
Some stats about the food bank. 1 in 19 people in Owen Sound are using the food bank currently. 5 years ago, 600 people used the food bank monthly. Now, that number is 12,000 visits monthly. That is a 2,000% increase, and their numbers are only expected to increase.
The Salvation Army's history. They've been in Owen Sound for 144 years. It was founded in London, UK on July 2nd, 1865. It was originally called Mission Station, but was changed to Salvation Army in 1878.
The Salvation Army's goals are to help people stay off the streets, keep them fed, and make the world a better place, as is stated on their website.
Some programs and services that they offer. They obviously offer the food bank program. They offer Christmas toy drives. During Christmas time, they have volunteers who will stand beside kettlebells and collect donations. They offer a backpack program where they fill a backpack with supplies, school supplies, and give it to people who need it. They also collab with other charities to make stands where they give out food to people who need it. And they also have counselors at the food bank building who will listen to the problems of the users of the food bank.
Issues they face when trying to help other people, there's lack of awareness, like people not knowing what the Salvation Army does or how big like their main social issue is, growing needs and lack of supplies.
How did they use the $5,000 grant? They purchased more food for people to access through the food bank. And this chart shows that's from 2019 to 2021 on how much grocery prices have gone up.
Some positive impacts that the food bank has had on the community. They have stopped many people from going hungry, and they have also helped the community get back on their feet, both mentally and physically.
People they serve. Not all people they serve are people who want or cannot make earnings for themselves. Some have extremely unfortunate circumstances, unavoidable job loss, or family matters such as someone passing away.
Stories from people that now use the food bank. A woman who uses the food bank had a full working job with 3 kids and a husband until her husband passed away and her son fell sick. Later, she lost her job and is now using the food bank.
Some improvements us students have seen in the community. After talking with my partners, we all agree that we have seen less people on the streets. We have also noticed more people volunteering for charities and more donations going into those charities as a result of people knowing how much the food bank does for the community.
How can we bring awareness to this issue? Volunteering at the food bank, working in charity places, or continue to donate during holiday times.
Why the Salvation Army is important to us. The Salvation Army is important to us because we know how nice it is to have a full fresh meal to eat, and we know families can't always have that.
Why we think the Salvation Army Food Bank should win the $5,000. The Salvation Army Food Bank gets out so much money in food every month that any amount of money would help them greatly. We also know that if they won the $5,000, the money would be evenly distributed throughout the community in food.
Other information that we found during our tour, they have a room where they do deep cleaning of donations because they might not sanitize them. Behind the shelf, or the counter, they have shelves of soaps and shampoos in little travel size bottles. They have 2 walk-in freezers that hold literal tons of food. And they prefer healthier food over ice cream or sweets. They have SOS boxes that are shared to other charities, especially the other Salvation Army in Port Elgin. And this concludes our presentation.
We hope you learned a lot about the Salvation Army Food Bank.
Thank you for listening.
Hashtag bigger together, hashtag ignite potential.
These inspiring things are what you want to hear in a kid's environment, right? Well, of course they can happen. They can happen with
Big brothers, big sisters of Great Rivers.
Welcome to our presentation.
Before we get started, we'd like to introduce ourselves.
Our names are Nevaeh,
Charlize.
And Lauren.
We are all grade 9 students of St. Mary's High School, and we are very excited to talk to you today about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Great Rivers and share the great services they offer.
Sure. So we want to start our presentation by explaining what bigs and littles mean.
Bigs is referring to the older mentor that volunteers their time to help and support the younger kids.
Littles is referring to younger kids that need support in their life. Our mission, with this project, our mission is to spread awareness about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Great Rivers. We wanted to share how great our program is in our community.
We also want to get kids and teens in our area the help they need in having a role model in their lives.
We hope that after this presentation, people will be aware of the great services Big Brothers Big Sisters provides for our community. Why is this social issue important? Youth is such an important social issue because they shape our culture and they have the world's futures in our hands. In 30 years from now, our youth will be important figures in today's society.
So if we want to shape our future for success and improve, we should have a positive influence on our youth.
We can do this by giving youth support to help them reach their goals.
When did this program first start? Big Brothers Big Sisters started in 1960, which was serving Owen Sound, until another Big Brothers Big Sisters had closed.
So our Owen Sound organization had to take in the kids from other programs and expand their services all over Graders, which gave them their name today, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Graders. This just goes to show their passion and commitment for helping these kids.
This is a map of Great Bruce, and here is what all the tiny little pins mean to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Black is a little intake, green is a little in waiting, blue is a little match, white is a big intake, yellow is a big waiting, and red is a big match. Their mission. Big Brothers Big Sisters mission is to set youth up for success and influencing the future of
Higher incomes,
Higher esteem,
more achievements,
greater opportunities.
better health,
and feeling of belonging.
How do they impact our community? Big Brothers Big Sisters of Grey Bruce plays a huge part in our community. They support all children throughout Grey Bruce, giving them the assistance they need.
They also try to prevent difficult situations from occurring or continuing in these many children's lives. Here are some specific ways that they impact their community directly.
Giving back to youth,
Getting involved in local events.
Volunteering,
and setting youth up for success.
By doing these things, they will help our community have a better place and give youth a better future.
to specify, this is an image of decorated cutout hands representing each of the kids in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. They each decorated their own hand.
Their team. Their staff contains of 4 people.
Beth Alvarez, Drew Woods, Tiana Crampine, and Catherine Scott. These 4 people play enormous roles in this program.
Why did we choose this charity? While we were researching charities for YPI, we found that Big Brothers Big Sisters of Grey Bruce stuck out from any other.
There's so many kids in our area who need support, and in our area there aren't a lot of places to go reach out for that support.
Big Brothers Big Sisters goes above and beyond to try to help kids in any way they can. They work with kids' schedules to help them go to more.
Sometimes you can't tell when someone is in need of help, so that number can be even higher. Seeing this situation firsthand at school or in the community means a different understanding on a social issue for us. We are so grateful for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Grey Bruce to provide this support for everyone.
Why do they deserve the $5,000? Well, they are different from any other organization and give back to the community. They try to prevent tragic accidents from happening instead of only being there after.
They have significant achievements like helping over 200 youth as of now in Grey Bruce.
$5,000 will go towards helping fund the support of the one-on-one community matches for youth in Grey Bruce and Simcoe area.
They set up our future for success by setting up our youth for success.
Where are they located? Big Brothers Big Sisters of Grey Bruce is located in the Harmony Center Sound.
Their office is located on the 2nd floor of the Harmony Center, and the Harmony Center is located on 890 4th Avenue East, Owen Sound, Ontario.
But you can find Big Brothers Big Sisters organization all over North America as well.
The different services that they offer.
One-to-one matches by considering the little and the big, going to schools and helping out small groups of kids in need, holding fundraisers to expand their program, and joining events to spread awareness for the campaign of mental health.
Why do kids enroll in this program? Kids come to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Grey Bruce for multiple reasons, some of which are just looking for support in their life, or they want to learn new skills, or maybe they live in a single-parent home and they are looking for more support.
Whatever the reason, Big Brothers Big Sisters is there to help. Ways to support / get involved. Donating to them, volunteering, and attending fundraisers. You may find more information about this on their website as they're always looking for more support within their program.
How much funding, as well as who supports the funding. Big Brothers Big Sisters needs about $500,000 for all their services. They try to get creative with things they do to try to save money. With the cost of living getting higher and inflation, it is getting harder to support all of the services that they need to run.
They get some of this money from sponsorships and grants. They could always use more funding to better off the opportunity for kids in need. What hours they allow service?
On weekdays they're open 9 to 5 and on weekends they're closed. How are we impacted? We are impacted because we are part of the youth in Sound. The more support, the better. We can never have too many opportunities in our lives because we want to fulfill our full potential.
An example is a person who's moving from my life, and growing up, my mom and I was a single parent, and we moved a lot. We struggled with money, and we struggled with foreign food, but we slowly worked our way on the salary chain, and now I want to very financially safe. It made me realize that an organization like Big Brothers Big Sisters Grey Bruce would help our situation growing up, and I would probably be in a
it's much worse with single parents, and they need support from Big Brothers Big Sisters organizations. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our presentation as we share about how amazing Big Brothers Big Sisters is. We would like to also give a special thank you to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Great Bruce for taking the time to have an interview with us, and we really appreciate how kind and helpful you were working with us through this project.
They have made a huge impact on our community, and it will never go unnoticed.
The Women's Center Great Bruce is a shelter real and sound that's making a change.
It provides shelter and a safe space for women and children in need.
We chose the Women's Center for our YPI presentation because we want to end to abuse, human trafficking, and domestic violence.
We are all women, and we want a safer community for these issues towards women. We want to spread awareness of this social issue.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our YPI project. My name is Lilia.
My name is Bronte.
My name is Sophia.
My name is Bronwyn.
The Women's Center is a program that provides shelter and services to women and children affected by abuse, human trafficking, or sexual violence.
The Women's Center was founded in 1982. It's a space providing basic necessities and shelter to women in need. A helping place for getting women out of situations like abuse, human trafficking, and sexual violence. They have 15 beds in the 6-week emergency for women and kids, and 1 pet-friendly room. They have a full house with a wait list.
The Women's Center has a 3-stage program, including emergency shelter, 2nd-stage housing, and anti-human trafficking. The Women's Center provides counseling for kids and women, family court support, safety planning, crisis support lines, and transitional services. It's a safer center with 24-hour staff and cameras always watching.
Human trafficking, domestic violence, and abuse are serious issues found all around the world. Human trafficking is a crime involving the exploitation of people through force. 90% of female victims are trafficked for sexual exploitation globally. Domestic violence is a form of abuse occurring in intimate relationships. This type of violence involves power and control by one partner to another. Finally, abuse is a pattern of harmful behavior towards someone. Abuse can be in physical, emotional, or verbal form, and it's very difficult for anyone to deal with.
Abuse statistics. According to the Canadian Trafficking Hotline, every year in Canada there are between 200 and 500 reportings of human trafficking. According to the Government of Canada, as of 2022, 6.2 million women aged 15 and older have experienced some form of abuse in an intimate relationship. Every 6 days, a woman is killed by their partner. These statistics have increased due to the use of social media, but also women have become more aware of services to help them.
The statistics of the Women's Center. 126 is the average number of women and children who seek emergency shelter each year. 102 is the average number of calls to the 24/7 support line per month. 148 is the average number of women who are provided counseling each year. 880 is the average number of safety plans developed for women each year. Over 100,000 is the number of victims of intimate partner violence in Canada since 2021. 48 hours is how often a woman or a girl is killed in Canada. 61% is the number of Indigenous women who have experienced intimate partner violence in Canada.
Victims of abuse and human trafficking can be anyone. As of 2022, 94% of police reported human trafficking victims to be women. The things that can make someone vulnerable can vary from the lack of protection to lack of education or even conflict between people.
Abuse and violence towards someone has many negative impacts. Short-term effects of these issues include physical injuries, emotional trauma, loss of connections, and more. Some long-term effects of abuse and violence include STIs, poor mental health, pregnancy, and many others as well. The Women's Center and the staff know these effects and understand how to deal with them if a woman is experiencing them.
The Women's Center has the best response to the issues that impact women in our community. Their center provides counseling, family court support, safety planning, and many more amazing services. At all 3 centers, they have a well-set-up surveillance at all times, ensuring that no unwelcome people try to be in contact with people in the facility. If anyone tries to enter, they have a statement reply, and if they don't leave, then they call the police. There are staff and cameras watching at all times. On their website, they have a number of ways to ensure safety when trying to reach out to them for their help.
The Women's Center has Emergency Shelter is a 6-week program providing shelter security and 24 crisis hour intervention and counseling. The second stage is a townhouse complex providing housing and support. The rent is geared to the income of the woman. Residents can stay at the stage for 364 days. AHT is a 3-year, more permanent facility with many programs available here for adults and youth who have been human trafficked or are at risk. The second stage shelter and AHT are directly across the street from each other. Pets are welcome to the shelter in the second stage housing.
Every year, an average of 126 women and children receive emergency shelter help. The Women's Center always has 15 to 18 women at all times, and lots of these women are being helped after Christmas, during the New Year, or in summer, because it's an easy time for them to move in where the children are not in school. There's so many women in seek of help at the Women's Center that they have a wait list. When someone leaves, someone will immediately come in.
The Women's Center Grey Bruce not only offers shelter necessities to women escaping abuse and violence, but also many free confidential services and programs. These different programs include counseling to help the women, family court support to guide the women through the court system, safety planning to be put in place when a woman and their family need to escape an abusive situation, as well as more programs to get women and family back on their feet.
The money. At the first stage center, it costs about $5,000 for 1 6-week stay. The money that would be generously donated would help cover that cost. Their services rely on community donations. At a fund, it covers 7 of their 20 beds. The money donated would help cover that cost.
How we can get a better understanding on these issues by looking for warning signs that someone could be in an abusive or human trafficking situation. Warning signs in abuse and human trafficking may be showing signs of physical injury, malnourishment, depression, and isolation.
How can you get involved? You can donate money to the charity, donate food, clothes, hygiene products, or more. You can participate in the Women's Center Angel Tree Collection where you can donate Christmas presents. You can always attend community events they're part of and volunteer and become a staff member.
Between the 3 stages within the facility, there's 32 staff and many wonderful volunteers. There's multiple different roles for different staff, and everyone has an important part in making the center run smoothly and secure. Volunteers can contribute in any way possible. Examples of volunteer work include gardening, childcare, grocery shopping, event work, and others. The more help and support, the better. While working on our project, the staff were consistently kind and helpful, being a supportive guide for our YPI.
30 years ago, a small town country girl named Grey Bruce was sex trafficked. Her name was Amanda Preston. She was at a party outside of Owen Sound when she met a girl who she thought would be a new friend. This woman manipulated Amanda into being taken to Toronto, where she was introduced to a group of individuals who will sexually exploit her for a long period of time. Amanda Preston was able to escape, and now she can spread awareness and tell her story. This story shows how quickly a situation like this can happen, even in our community.
The Women's Center is a safer place for women and children.
The Women's Center saves the lives of women and children while giving them a chance at a new start.
Helping women and children pursue a life free of violence and abuse.
The Women's Center is a safer place, getting involved, showing support, and making an impact on ending domestic violence. Thank you for your time. We hope you learn more about the Women's Center.
Thank you again, St. Mary's, for joining us this morning for our 2023-2024 YPI finalist presentation. And thank you to all of the grade 9 students who participated this year. I truly did enjoy observing and evaluating your over 50 presentations belonging to YPI this year. Our next step, we will leave this with our judging panel who have also tuned in this morning to watch the presentations, and they will let us know in the next couple of days what their selection is as the winner for this year's YPI project. Have a great day.